from Group 2 and we are conducting this interview for our leadership and management subject. So before we start, can you please state your name, age, and can you give us a brief background of your business?
Yes, good evening, ma'am. I'm retired Colonel Tirso Escobar. I am 54 years old. I've been the PNP for 24 years and now managing my own business in the private security.
What is the name of your business?
Well, the name of my business is one is the BOSTAH Investigation Security Agency, BOSTAH Security Training Center, and Export Protective Detective Agency. And the other one is my other school in Angeles City, Central Luzon Security Training Center. So all of them are related to security.
Okay. Thank you for that. And other question is, what made you put up BOSTAH Investigation and Security Agency and your other training schools? And why do you think this type of service business is important?
Yes, I established the BOSTAH. In the first place, the BOSTAH refers to my class name, which refers to Brotherhood of Officers Serving Truth with Allegiance and Honor. That's our class name. And it's my also passion to be in the private security, considering that I've been a former security guard. In the time I pursue my studies, Bachelor of Science in Criminology, I'm a guard then, working at night. Then proceed to school immediately after my class at the Philippine College of Criminology in Manila. In the same manner, before I retired to the PNP, I serve also as the regulatory office of the PNP. It's regulating the security industry, where I serve as the Chief of Investigations. I also serve as Chief of the Person Licensing Section. And the last one is I am the Deputy Chief for Training. So it's all about the security. So that's my passion. That's why I established one. I established some of the security because first, during pandemic period, as an advisor of 8 associations of bodyguards, I put up the Export Protective Detective Agency purposely to provide to legitimize the security, the bodyguards. Bodyguards referring to this person who are providing security to our VIPs, including those businessmen, politicians, and some rich individual. Yes.
So that makes your resume very tight, and you seem like you're very knowledgeable about this security industry. That is why you are one of the perfect example for a person to put up this
Yes.
type of business.
Because in the security industry, see to it that you understand the language, those what do you call this? Some problems, you know how to address as far as security what is concerned. Because in private security, there are a lot of categories on the security, of private security. Though I'm a former police officer, I can use this knowledge I obtained from the service to apply this knowledge so that we can able to enhance, strengthen the security measures being implemented by our stakeholders as well as our clientele and their security measures and their companies that we are providing security. In the same manner, we also try to enhance the knowledge and skill of our private security personnel by providing free trainings, seminars to them so that they can effectively and efficiently perform their duties. Remember that the security personnel, they are also serving as a force multiplier of the PNP in the maintenance of peace and order and their respective assignment. Yes.
Thank you. Also, in conclusion, security guards or other security personnel don't just serve as to protect the businesses or what they are protecting, but rather they're also protecting and serving for the customers of these businesses.
Yes, in addition to that, they are also serve as helping the PNP and other law enforcement and the maintenance of peace and order and providing some informations or security to the establishment where they are assigned for. Much more for the bodyguards, because the bodyguards are mobile from one place to another and securing the VIP. So that's in totality, they are just like the same as the, there are some similarities on the part of the law enforcement, but only limited on the respective assignments. But these people, I believe now, around 1 million private security. This includes corporate security, company security, government security forces, private government, not about the PNP. It's different because even those assigned in the government sector are also, there are some licenses accorded to them for them so that they can able to perform their functions properly. That's provided for under Republic Act 11 and 17 or the private security industry law.
Okay, thank you for that. Our next question is, what values or principles guide the way you run your business, and how do they influence your daily operations?
Well, for me here, what we are trying to emphasize is because first, before we acquire knowledge for our people, we teach them. Before I demand or exact some compliance with my requirements, we teach them. And of course, that's trust and confidence. Remember, it's security. It's trust. And the same manner, we treat these people as our member of the family, and we try to educate them. Some of them are also pursuing their studies for them so that they can able to cope up the trend on the private security. And the same manner, I also focus on the operations, as well as to look into the welfare and well-being of our staff and our personnel on the ground, so that they feel that the company, the management are with them in anywhere and anytime and in given time that they needs, we are there. We want to ensure and situate that they are being also supervised, guided, and protected, as long as it's in compliance with the requirements of the law.
Okay, moving on. Our next question would be, has your business experienced any setbacks or challenges that you were able to turn into an opportunity? And what was the decision-making process behind it?
Yes, ma'am. During pandemic period, if you try to recall, only the private security remains strong. Though there are some, because of the closing of some businesses because of this pandemic. In fact, during our trainings, I have around 50 people, 50 students remain in this office. Of course, we need to feed them their daily needs, requirements, so on and so forth, for around 4 months. But of course, it's my responsibility to provide all their needs during that period of time. But of course, we understand that these are young ones, and they have their own families, and somehow mostly of them are from the provinces. The only setbacks that came to me is on the day that I posted them, right after the loosening of the pandemic, the prohibitions, these people return back to their respective provinces, and I invested a lot to them, their trainings, their foods, and everything, including uniforms and licenses. I spent all these things for them, but eventually they went in their respective provinces. But to me, it's okay with me, because I understand their situations. What matters is we able to help them during that pandemic period.
Okay, so you didn't leave them behind like other in some cases, because since it was pandemic, of course, it was also hard for the owners of the companies to maintain their employees or trainees, and that was very kind of you, sir.
Yes, actually, it is very somehow toxic in my part, because I spent a lot of money. I think for 3 months, three and a half months. I spent a lot of money for the food, and somehow some of them are become sickly.
Homesick.
Yeah,
Because it was
homesick,
pandemic,
and
right?
yeah. So including food, soul,
Shelter.
shelters, everything they need, I provide during that period because it is a must in my part to look after them because no one can take care of them during that period of time.
Okay. Thank you for that. Our third to the last question. So, how did you lead your team or your employees, the main employees, and when you were starting your business up until now? And did they grow into a much bigger
Yes, I lead them personally as I focus on this office. I train them. In fact, one of my staff now are I try to help her to school where she already finished her master's in business administrations, and some trainings for them to be knowledgeable. And luckily, even I'm not here in the office physically, the operations of the schools and the agency are running smoothly, and they are providing us time to time informations, updates on whatever the activities. So I'm very much lucky and to have these people because we are working as a team. We're working together as a team.
So, of course, that didn't happen overnight, right?
Yes.
It had to that trust was built for a long time and like for years before
Yes.
that was achieved, right?
I think it's about around
Span of months.
3 to 4 months. I already feel the interest of our staff and our officers to work hard with us because we're always looking into their well-being, their welfare, and we see to it that whatever their needs, we will try to give to them so that we have a good working relationship because I know and believe that the motivations for our people is they will feel that they are being taken care of, not only about their financial needs but as well as their moral and spiritual needs, including their emotions. That's why I believe that we work together for almost 6 years now or more because of the good rapport, good working relations with them. We also look into their working environment, their offices. So everything, as much as possible, we try our best to give what is due for them.
So, moving on, before we end this interview, can you give some advice for inspiring future leaders and leaders in the making?
Well, for those who want to become a leader, or those who are students who want to be someday, somehow, my experience in life tells me something. One is determination, respect, discipline, and continue learning so that you can be, and of course, be humble every time. That's the I think that's the best of advice for to become a leader is to be you always discipline yourself, and so forth. Those traits and characteristics I think is very important for someone to become a leader. Always look into the welfare of your people because those people are the one who work for you. So don't neglect their own these needs for our people, because if you're a boss, not a leader, you're just only looking for your own interests. But if you are looking for the interests of other people, these people, your subordinates will also respect and give what's due for you, what is necessary, even without your presence. They work hard for you for it. So for being students and somehow after your class, after your school, you become a graduate and become a leader at your own right. And the best thing to do for you to become a leader is, of course, the 4 characteristics that I'm still, at least not only 4, instilling in my mind. 1 is determinations. Focus on the determinations. Your goals, perseverance, discipline, respect, and being humble. I think those traits and characters of person will lead you to success in life.
That's a very nice saying, and I hope that our future leaders who are watching right now would also apply what Mr. Tirso has said. And lastly, like a very last question, looking ahead, what are your future goals or visions for your business, and how do you plan to achieve them?
I'm looking forward that soon, because I work hard, that my companies become bigger, and I have and able to provide the one of the best security industry in the country. And I'm looking forward that once people or the corporate world's needs of private security, the first thing or first name that they pop in their mind is the BOSTAH or Big Colonel Escobar. That's what I'm doing now. That's why I'm looking forward for 3 to 4 years from now, my agency become one of the most or top agencies or security agencies in the country. I believe that I can able to achieve it in a few years from now because of our perseverance and engagement with other stakeholders. In fact, just recently, I was being appointed as the board of director of the associations of private security industry in the country. At the same manner, I'm also the founder of the ACOSECU, wherein the organizations of the private security professionals in the country. I'm the one who leading them. At the same manner, I'm also as I mentioned earlier, I am the founder. I'm the advisor of 8 private security agencies or private protection agents, rather, the bodyguards. If you talk about bodyguards, are assigned with VIPs.
Like a very high people
important.
that has high net worth.
Yes, politics, business, and so on and so forth. That's why being the provider and the trainer, I think I'm leading into that road of more successes and helping more people to have them jobs. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward.
Thank you so much. So that wraps up our interview, and we are rooting for your success. So thank you very much for allowing us to interview you, Mr. And thank you so much, guys.
Salamat.